right, so good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Apex Office Servers JPAC session for May. I welcome you all, and there is some good news for us today from Oracle. Let's get started first. And today we have a special guest from our partner, Doyensys. Beena and Aishwarya. Will introduce them later. The topic for today is solving e-business suite and external system integration challenges with Apex. So I warmly welcome everyone to this JPAC office service. Now, coming to the today's session, as I mentioned, we have two people, Beena and Aishwarya from Doyensys, who is our partner. Let me introduce Beena first. Beena is an experienced solution designer specialized in Oracle database development and Apex. Beena has more than 2.5 decades of industry experience, and she has been with Doyensys for the past 12 years. Beena has a passion for excellence, and she enjoys producing high quality and high standard deliverables of various project assignments. Welcome you, Beena, to the Apex Office Hours JPAC.
Thank you, Chaitanya.
Sure. And next we have Aishwarya. Aishwarya has around 8 years of IT experience, and she's currently a senior Apex consultant at Doyensys. Aishwarya is having rich experience in providing solutions to the business process with Apex and PL SQL. We're very happy and glad to have you, Aishwarya, in the Apex JPAC Office Hours session today. Welcome, Beena and Aishwarya. Over to you.
Thank you, Chaitanya. Thank you for the introduction.
Thank you, Chaitanya. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, all of you, depending on your geography. A warm welcome to Oracle Apex Office Hours, the JPAC session of the May edition. Today, we are going to present a case study of integrating between multiple systems and Oracle Apex. When I say multiple systems, here we're referring to Oracle Enterprise Applications, or EBS, and a non-Oracle application. Before we get into the topic, let me provide a brief introduction about the speakers for the session and our organization. I'm Beena, a veteran with about 2.5 decades of experience in solutioning and delivering diverse applications in multiple technology across countries. I'm a highly empathetic, proven leader of multicultural work teams. I'm also a speaker at Oracle Technical Forums. My co-speaker, Aishwarya, she's an Oracle Apex expert with 8 years of experience. She has delivered niche applications to customers across industries. She's an avid learner and has the ability to work through ambiguity, strong attention to detail. She has received customer delight appreciations from the engagements that she's worked on. And now we're proud to represent our organization, Doyensys. Doyensys is a management technology company with its services in infrastructure, enterprise, and custom application, which span across different industries and across geography. Our services also includes advisory solutions in the digital transformation journey, and this we partner with Tomorrow Labs. Doyensys started the journey in 2006 and have been delivering simple to business critical applications to our customers in Oracle Apex from the earliest version to the latest. This is backed by our dedicated, strong Oracle Apex experts. Let us now get into the agenda. Today's session, we will be presenting the business requirement, a brief walkthrough of the existing model, the challenges that were there in the existing model, and then we will talk about the integrations involved in that proposed solution. Then we will present the solution proposed. We will be explaining the components involved in the proposed solution. We will briefly touch upon the overall business benefits. And finally, we would have a visualization of the solution in Apex through a video. Finally, we have a Q&A session. For any questions and queries that might arise during the course of the presentation, I do request you to put it in the Q&A chat. Our panelists, one of our colleagues, Bala Murugan, will respond to it during the course of the presentation. If still there are unaddressed clarifications, we can also address them at the end of the session during the Q&A. Before getting into the business requirement, I will provide the background about this requirement. Government of India's mission to have a digital India and governance through digital empowerment brought statutory change related to taxation. As part of the legislative changes, taxpayers needs to upload their invoices and e-waybill into a portal called National Informatics Center, abbreviated as NIC portal, to have them in the digital form. I'm sure all of you are aware about invoice and e-waybill. Briefly, however, let me explain briefly the process. Invoice is a document having information about the financial transaction between a buyer and seller. E-waybill is a proof of the transportation of the goods from one place to another place. Government checkposts will validate the vehicle movement between intra and interstate using this e-waybill. This unique reference number in the invoice will be referenced in the e-waybill. Now, the business requirement. This Government of India legislative changes mandated the business to refine their existing process, which involved laborious, manual, and time-consuming process on the existing model that was being followed. The existing model involved, as I mentioned earlier, was a laborious manual process with very minimal automation. To generate invoices, business system has to use Oracle ERP or EBS. They were using that. This invoice had to be converted into a JSON format as the Government of India mandated to this format. Business programs has to be redesigned to convert each and every data into JSON format. Once it was converted, invoices has to be uploaded to the NIC portal individually, since the portal accepts single file at a time. And response of that file will be in the JSON format and has to be downloaded from the portal. Business has to convert this JSON file into a format accepted for Oracle ERP. The invoice details that are shared by the government portal will have a QR code in the text format, which has to be printed in the image format in EBS. Similarly, there is a process expected for invoice cancellation. There is an e-waybill generation. Current business did not have the e-waybill process. It was being done manually, and they didn't do it trusted during the Oracle ERP. This is the overall business process that was in the existing model. Now, let us understand the challenges involved in this process. And first and foremost, as explained in the process, it was very laborious, involving multiple manual processes. Assume for an invoice, a user spends 10 minutes a day, then for 100 invoices, it would be approximately 16 hours would be spent for this activity. This stalls the business productivity. The impact of this unproductive and laborious work could lead to manual errors and data inconsistency. Since it is also manual, the transactional track accountability is not there. Thereby, the tracking mechanism is nil in the absence of audit trail. Overall, this process is ineffective. The Government of India portal has a timeline for uploading the files into the system. If not done, it will attract some penalties and paying extra taxes. Partial automation can be achieved by sending the invoice to the third-party service provider that are authorized by the GSTN for developing a platform catering to GST services. The business with an annual turnover of 50 crore had the privilege to use their custom application instead of the third-party Government of India registered service providers. Now, as Apex is a rapid development platform and with its integration capabilities, it was decided to develop an application using Apex. This also enabled the business to save the recurring cost, which otherwise would have to be paid to the third-party provider. With this, I would like to hand over to Aishwarya to take this forward with the agenda. Over to you, Aishwarya.
Thank you, Beena. So good morning or good afternoon or good evening to everyone. So Beena has just explained you about the existing model and also the challenges involved in that model. So in order to overcome those challenges and to automate the process, we propose the solution out of Oracle Apex. Before going into the context, I just want to brief about Oracle Apex. Oracle Apex is an enterprise low-code application platform where we can build scalable, secure, and world-class featured application. So it has the supported no-cost feature integrated with Oracle database, now available with Oracle Cloud Infrastructure and Oracle Autonomous Database Systems. Customers across different geography with different industries have the use cases over Oracle Apex, to name few of the industries like telecommunication, information technology, travel, transportation, and manufacturing, healthcare, and a lot more. Developers, without having vast knowledge over the web technologies, can easily build application using Oracle Apex to solve their customer requirements. And also, with the out-of-box features introduced in each and every version, can helpful for the developer in turn to the business to build critical and complex applications. So having more than 18 plus years of market presence in the market presence, and day by day it is releasing new features, started with the HTML DB. Current version is 23.1. So it will be both helpful to the developer and the business to model their business process in an effective manner. And it has a developer community where we can go and talk to the experts to solve our technical problems, and also conducting various sessions to educate the customers and the developer in Oracle Apex. With this brief, I'm just going into the solutioning part. So in order to achieve our proposed solution, we need to integrate different system into our solutioning. So here we have the list of the integration which we have did for the, from the ERP application, which we can say like Oracle EBS, whatever business data needed for the invoice generation and bill generation has been extracted from here. And the National Informatics Center, it's a government portal where the taxpayer is going to fill their invoice and e-waybill for transportation of the goods. And once the data is available as a response from the government portal, we are making that data as a printable document using Oracle reports. So with the invoice informations and the QR code information. So in order to do this integration, Oracle Apex play a vital role as a user interface, and having the capability to accommodate all this system into the integration to achieve the desired outcome. So moving to the proposed solution model. So here you can see the step-by-step process involved in our proposed solution, starting from ERP application and generating the invoice out of Oracle reports. And when you compare the existing model with our proposed solution system, wherever manual intervention happened has been replaced with our Oracle Apex user interface to automate the process. So starting with Oracle EBS, where we are retrieving all the data related to the invoices and sending those information using some programming to Oracle Apex. Once the data is available in the Oracle Apex, we have a set of criteria to be met. First one is the data need to be in a JSON format, which is the prescribed criteria from the government portal. So we are converting the data into the JSON format in the Oracle Apex using some PL/SQL coding also. Once the data is converted, we need to access the external portal. So in order to authenticate into the external system, we have a set of authentication mechanism. Here you can see the step-by-step process involved in the authentication. So the taxpayer having a valid token generated out of the external system, which will be stored in their local DB, can go and do the invoice generation using this authentication mechanism. So the token is valid for 6 hours with the extension capability before the expiry of 10 minutes. So now going back to the proposed solution, once we authenticated into the system, we have set of Oracle PL/SQL API to generate invoices out of it. So we are sending the data in an encrypted way so that it will ensure the data security. Here you have an example of how the data has sent as an encrypted way. So along with header and request payload, we will be sending the data in an encrypted format from the taxpayer system to the invoice generation external system, and the corresponding set of response we are receiving from the system. This is the example of how we are doing the authentication using the encrypted data. So going back to our proposed solution, here we have arrived with the data and we have did the encryption and we are communicating with the external database. Once that is completed, we will be receiving the response from the government portal. So the response data also in a JSON format, and it is also in an encrypted response text. In order to convert that encrypted information to a decrypted format, a key will be generated from the external system. That key need to be used for decrypting the information from external system and loaded into the Oracle Apex. Now the part is like from Oracle Apex, we need to convert the system like a JSON data into understandable data in the Oracle EBS. We have a set of program written to convert it into a data which is acceptable in the EBS system, and the data will be loaded into the custom table of Oracle EBS. So EBS system. Once the data is available, using Oracle reports, we are printing all the necessary information as a document, and in the response, we will be receiving a QR code text that need to be converted into an image using Oracle Apex, and that will be sent to the database, Oracle EBS database system, and it will be printed in the invoice. So once the invoice number generated, for each and every invoice, we will be receiving a unique number. Once the invoice is generated, so it will we will be good to start with the e-waybill generation. Using that invoice number, the similar process will follow for e-waybill generation. User can input the data, the source and destination location of the transportation of good, and those data will be sent as a request. We have a sample of how the request and response is going. So from the taxpayer, the header and request payload will be sent to the external portal. It's in a JSON format and encrypted way, and the corresponding response will be tracked here. So this is an example of how we are doing the authentication between the taxpayer system and the external system. So going back to the proposed solution. So similarly, all the steps which are relevant for the invoice process will be relevant for the e-waybill. So here also we are printing the QR code text into a QR code image and generating the e-waybill out of the external system. So when you see the proposed solution, we have a step-by-step process. So in order to achieve each and every steps, we have different components involved in it. So apart from the data which we are receiving from the EBS with the business validation to be implemented in Oracle Apex, we have a set of known errors available with the government portal. While doing a manual process, the users are getting more error because of the manual like errors happening while uploading, downloading. Those known errors has been listed in the government portal. We took those lists and converted that as a business validation to improve the success rate of doing the integration. And whatever QR code text we are receiving from the as a response will be converted into an image using Oracle Apex. And if you scan through the image, you can get all the relevant information to the QR code. And for the authentication with the external system, we have the token-based mechanism that we have seen in the previous how the authentication is made. So we have used the Oracle REST API services to communicate with the external system for authentication mechanism to be implemented. And for the e-waybill generation, we have a calculation involved in it. If the user entered the source information, the destination information, the distance involved between the source and destination information need to be accurate. If you put approximate value, it won't take as a request and it will throw error. So in order to overcome that and automate the process, we have integrated our Oracle Apex system using REST API services. We are accessing an RPA called UiPath. From that, we will be getting the exact distance between the source and the destination and loading that information to the user interface. And whatever communication happened between our taxpayer system with the external system should be in a secure manner. And we have government portal have a prescribed algorithm called RSA algorithm. So in order to achieve that particular algorithm, we used Oracle Apex along with the Java classes to have a secure communication with the external system. So Oracle Apex have capability and compatibility to accommodate different platforms and technologies to achieve complex business processes. So what we are expecting from our proposed solution is to have a control over whatever data the user is sending to the external portal. In order to achieve the checks and balances and to have a control over our system, we have the workflow model, which is an automated model where if the user is going to send bulk data to the system, it need to be gone through different level of approval mechanism, then only it will be integrated to the external system. And from the start of the process and to the end of the process, whatever steps happening, we have converted into a transaction, and each and every transaction is accountable into the system. So ensuring the data traceability, accountability, and integrity of our system. Here you can see what are all the solution we have achieved using Oracle Apex. First of all, when we compare the manual process where they have to upload and download the invoices and do the changes in the in manual manner without having tracking of who is working on which file. So here we have user interface, which is user friendly, and each user have this separate login, and the data will be accumulated as a transaction. It is available with the system, and we have the trace of who is doing what. So this automation we have achieved using Oracle Apex, and all the business validation has been converted into a coding logic using available Oracle Apex utilities along with the Oracle PL SQL capabilities. And if users are processing 100 plus invoices in a bulk manner, if any error happening in the intermediately, so only erroring data will be shown to the user. Apart from that, other data will be sent to the integration. So user will be notified with the error through the user notification functionality available in Oracle Apex. The user can easily understand the error, go and correct the error in the user interface, and again resubmit for further generation of the invoice. And user have the track of whatever happening in the system, and they can see the data of how much invoices processed per day, and what are the success rate of the invoices, and how many got failure, because it is a time bounded process. Government have a predefined set of timeline. Before that, the business need to complete the e-invoice filling or generation of e-waybill. So that in that case, they can easily see through our Oracle Apex dashboards and reports available to have a data analytics over the system. And whatever action the users are doing in the front end will have an alert corresponding to the action, so that user can get notified with whether the process becomes success or any hindrance happened intermediately. Here we are going to talk about the business benefits. So whatever solution we are proposing to the customers, they would like to hear about how much cost it get reduced for achieving the proposed solution, and also how much productivity it will improve. So we have a set of attributes listed here. Using this, we are measuring our cost reduction in the proposed solution. So when we compare the existing system with the proposed solution, we have huge success rate, because all the errors happening, known errors, has been converted to a business validation, so that the manual errors drastically reduced. And in order to do some of the invoices which have the certain criteria, the business was approaching the external portal to do that. So we have eliminated that external dependency and reduced the recurring cost involved in it. For example, if user is doing 100 invoices, for per invoice, he is taking 15 minutes with 100% accuracy in the existing model. For 100 invoices, 100 into 15 minutes. When compared with the existing model, our proposed system will handle the bulk number of invoices within a seconds. We will get the response. So it drastically reduced the manual hours involved in it also. So improve the productivity of the business. And we have the mechanism called tracking mechanism already I mentioned. So using that tracking mechanism, we ensure the data integrity and data accountability of our system. And from the start to the end of the process with the existing model to our proposed model, we have very, very minimal turnaround time when compared to the existing system. So that's benefited with the cost reduction and also the productivity improvement. Now we are going to have a quick demo on the process which I have explained. Due to the our customer application have some of the classified information in it, so we are unable to showcase you the real-time data. So we have took our POC application which we did for the customer and showing here. So this is the user interface in Oracle Apex. So they can get the information from Oracle EBS, all the relevant information to the generating the invoice. And here you can see the orange color which is in work in progress. If they click on the integrate button, it will get integrated into the external system. The invoice related response will be tracked here. The green color indicate the success of the invoice generation. So here the QR code text and all the information available here. This is a simple video on sample data, real-time data of our customer of generating the e-invoice through our Oracle Apex system. Now I'm going to explain you about the QR code and barcode generation using a small demo video where we have used an application, POC application, to generate the QR code and scan the QR code and read the QR code information through Oracle Apex. So here you can see QR code, barcode scanner, reader, and barcode generator and QR code generator. So once you go into the QR code scanner and click on the QR code scanner tab, it will automatically integrate into your webcam, and you can scan whatever QR code available, and those value will be traced here using an item, and you can use it for other business process. And similarly for barcode scanner, you can scan the barcode and read the value into the Apex and use it for other so integration with the system and store the data into other systems like EBS. Here you can browse the file of QR code which are all available with your system, and you can generate the value out of it. Whatever value it holds, it will be readed using Oracle Apex as an item, and you can use it for your business process. And here you can see the barcode generation. Here what we are going to do is we are giving some input to generate the barcode in different formats. Here you can see like a pharma code which is used in the medical industry, and based on the requirement of the business, we can generate different type of barcodes and print it as a document, download and store it in a database table, or we can send it to the EBS for printing as a report, similarly, which we have done for our proposed solution. Different ways of generating the barcode as shown here with the download capabilities. This is for barcode creation. Similarly, we have the QR code generation process, which is coming now. So this is the QR code generation process where you can similarly input the value whichever you need in a numeric or alphanumeric on whatever basis based on the requirement, and the corresponding image will be generated out of it. And here also you have the capability of downloading this as an image, and also we can send this into store into an Oracle database table as a column, and you can use it for report generation also.